So most of our, Brew and I were up on the flight deck kind of keeping track of what the guys were doing outside, and most of our views were on cameras. We didn't have a lot of out-the-window views, but that was one that we actually had. Back on the flight deck, keeping track of the procedures and just trying to keep up with the guys. They were doing an awful lot of work out there, and it was busy keeping track of all the stuff they were getting done.
Yeah, we had a lot of changes today. Ricky just did a great job keeping us honest, making sure we came back with all our tools. So, Ricky, I think that was a good day.
Okay, they spent the day outside working hard, and now we got them back in the airlock. We're getting the pressure back in the crew lock and bringing them back inside and welcoming them back inside. And it's always great to open up that hatch and see them. One thing that I think I've heard people say before, but wasn't so obvious, is the smell. Right when you open up that hatch, space definitely has a smell that's different than anything else.
Yeah, after these long hours of EVA, they're still very fit and energetic, and I could also smell the space after I opened the hatch, and here they are coming in, Joe and Swanee, getting back to the equipment lock of the airlock.
Okay, the unsung heroes on these on a lot of these EVAs are the guys who get them suited up and get them out the door and bring them back in. So hats off to Tony, Mike, and Koichi. And here, very proud to congratulate both these guys for going out the door and getting a lot of good work done out there today. In the first part of the mission, we have been transferring nitrogen from the shuttle to the International Space Station, and today we terminated that N2 repress, and you can see Sandy and myself here in the on the shuttle side taking on the flow of the nitrogen. She's very happy to be coming home in a few days.
Yeah, this is Koichi and John, and we're working at the robotics workstation, doing a short unloaded move of the arm, basically to get it out of the Sarge plane, if I remember right.
All week long, Koichi's been John's M2, or sometimes they flip-flop roles M1 and M2, but Koichi's done some great robotic arm work for us. So today, since we had some changes to the EVA, this is our EVA team on the ground now, and we're talking with them, having a little meeting discussing the changes to the EVA tomorrow and going over it, and so we can execute a great EVA tomorrow.
Yeah, Sandy and Koichi did a bunch of handover stuff today, and I know they did a lot of filter vacuuming and a lot of sort of general daily routine kind of handover. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing here.
This is the Destiny laboratory, and here we are coordinating some more work with the urine processor that took up a lot of my day aboard the space station. But as you can see, things are inside looking good, and we're making sure the ground is getting a good inspection of it also.
Pretty light day for at least for the shuttle crew. I know Mike was working very hard on the UPA, and Sandy and Koichi were doing a lot of work on a handover, but the shuttle crew had a light day. We had a few hours off. Swanee saying I did. He was doing all the work today on the EVA replanning. But and here you can see the guys still getting their tools ready for tomorrow's EVA. Right now, Ricky and Joe are in the airlock getting ready for their camp out. So this is just before that. They're grabbing their sleeping bags and the food they need for the night, and they're heading on their way into the airlock to get ready to go spend the night there. We have to spend the night at a little lower pressure to try to help the nitrogen come out of our system. And here we're starting, getting ready for that, and also doing a procedure review tomorrow. We're talking about the whole task tomorrow, how it's going to operate, who's going to do what. And it took us a little while to go over this today, a little longer because of the new procedures, but it turned out really well, and everybody's well prepared.
Okay, we get Joe and Ricky in the airlock and drop the pressure down, back down to 10-2 and start loading them in their suits. And you can see folks videotaping us on the outside of the airlock. And as we get those two guys through the process of getting them dressed up and getting them ready to go out the door.
This is after they have their suits on. They can go ahead and repress the airlock back to the normal atmosphere. And then so they have their helmets on, and they're doing what they call a purge. That's getting all the nitrogen actually out of the suit. So the suit will then be 100% oxygen. But when they go down to 4.3 psi in the suits when they're outside, I think that's around 35,000 feet if I'm correct in that. So you need 100% oxygen just to live out there.
Okay, well, those guys are just getting ready to come out the door for EVA number 3. Swanee and I just had a small little arm operation here. We had to take the shuttle arm and move it to a shoulder yaw to about 160 so that we can provide good viewing for our seated cart operations later on in the EVA. And hatch is open at nighttime, and here I come. I'm going to get out of the hatch and get myself squared away, and then hook up Joe's safety tether and tell him to come on out. And you can see Joe's feet coming on out of the hatch as well.
Yeah, today it was my job to be the IV or the choreographer, whatever you want to call that job. And I heard the quarterback's a better term. Yeah, we'll go with that. But whatever you want to call it, that was my job today, and it was they did so great outside. It made my job easy.
Keep it coming, Ricky. Got it. Got it. Very good work. Yep. Okay, I see. Black on black. Good, pull, and twist. Sure, Ricky? You release your rep. That'd be great.
Today we used a big arm to support the EVA, and we put, John and I were operating the robotic arm, and the task that we did first was the seater cart relocation. Joe was at the tip of the robotic arm holding a big seater cart, and we moved him up and down like 10 meters, 13 meters, 6 meters, and it was a big move. And the big arm was very stable, and it was really fun to operate a very nice robotic arm. Here's the robotics workstation in the laboratory, and John and I operated the robotic arm. Here I'm at the control of the hand controllers, flying Joe at the tip of the robotic arm with a seater cart. Yeah, being on the end of the arm was pretty simple when you had that smooth operator Koichi there. When he started that thing up, I couldn't even tell I was moving unless I was looking at the station for a frame of reference. It was very easy going, and he did a great job getting me from the starboard side over to the port side, or vice versa. Here are Joe and I out with our second task, working on a UCAS. We got it started on the last EVA, and today we tried to do a little troubleshooting to figure out why we couldn't get it completely deployed. We learned a lot about it today, and we just got it in a stable config so the good folks on the ground can figure out a good resolution for this for future crew. And then we are at the end of the day. Feels really good to get out of the suit after being in it probably for maybe close to 10 hours by the time you start in the morning. So it was a great end to the day.